Joining me now on the All Ball podcast is a guy that's a big brother to me. Not only one of the greatest football players I've ever played with, but also one of the funniest. Pitcher Calvin Johnson, Megatron, mixed with Chris Tucker, just to give you the picture. Then add the fact that he's the ultimate humanitarian and ambassador for the game of football. You have an idea who he is. Now, don't get it twisted. The numbers were wild. 650 catches, over 10,000 yards, almost 50 touchdowns in 11 years. Soon to be Hall of Famers. His initials are AB, but we call him AD. What's good, bro?
My brother, man, it's a privilege to be on, bro. You appreciate that, man. Those are some great words, bro. Don't hype me up to these people, though, Tay, man. But no, man, it's a privilege to see you, little bro. Very proud of you, man, and it's an honor to be on the show. All ball, bro.
All ball, baby. Bro, AD, I got to give the people an idea, like, who you are. Because I know that intro, it was all right. But, bro, I'll never forget this. So, in 2016, like, you guys fresh off a Grey Cup in 2015. I mean, it's like the pinnacle of your career. You know, you're perennial all-star. I come in, bottom of the depth chart. I come in, I'm like, yo, that's AD. That's crazy. That's AD, man. That's the man AD. But you look at me and you're cracking jokes from day one. You give me tips. We're making fun of coaches. We're making fun of teammates together. And it was like, I've known you for years. It was crazy. And that's probably one of your best qualities is like you make people feel like family, no matter who they are. And like, that's the first thing I got to ask you. Like, where does that come from?
Oh, man. Tay, bro, you just hit it, bro. Family is huge to me. You know what I mean? Like I say, being from the South, Southern body, you know what I mean? Raised by a single mom. That was our key. That was our rock. That's all we got. We got each other. And as a young kid, taking my path of, I chose my path of wanting to be in athletics. And I just told myself, I'm always going to keep that quality with me. You know what I mean? I'm not done with balling you out in the work environment. And they always say, when you love what you're doing, it's not working, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I just always like to make the locker room and the stadium home for me. That's my moment where I can let my hair down. I ain't got no hair, but let my hair down. You know what I mean? And be myself. In that world, we gotta especially in this day with the social media around, we gotta watch what we say. You get the interview, you gotta put the professional voice on. You gotta talk correct and be proper, and but. Nah, man, I just like to be myself, and it's actually funny to hear you say that, man. It's actually heartwarming to hear you say that, because a lot of guys meet me, man, and CFL weeks, or, my moment I got traded to Montreal, and I was over there with a couple of guys, Alakulu. He's like, bro, I didn't know you was, silly, man. I thought you was, serious, bro. He's like, nobody was talking to me when I first got to Montreal, bro. Everybody was like, hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
What's going on, bro? These dudes acting weird over here, you know what I mean? It took Chip Cox to be like, bro, AD, why you trying to act like you all professional and proper? I'm like, I'm not, bro. Everybody talking to me as if the equipment guy talking to me hey, Mr. Bowman. And I'm like, nah, bro, you doing too much, bro. Just give me the socks. We going about our day. You got to call me Mr. Bowman, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, I'll tell you, bro, that's one of the things that, like I say, especially in our receiver group, you spend a lot more time with those guys. And so, yeah, man, it was an honor. I even remember when you came over in 2016, bro. I remember your little time in Toronto, bro. I'm a fan of receivers across the league, and so when I seen you, I'm like, man, I was checking Buddy out. I like to see if guys running routes, how smooth you are, and I'm like, okay, Buddy's smooth over there. What you been 11?
Yeah, 11 in Toronto, yeah.
Hell you, bro. I'm like, Buddy smooth, bro. You know what I mean? And so it went from there. So I was excited, to be able to work with you. So man, it was we got some good times together today, man. I hate it when it ended, bro.
Yeah, me too, man. I tell you, you're one of my favorite dudes. And a lot of people don't know how funny you really are. And trash talking. People always ask me what are people saying out there? People love to hear what guys are saying out on that field. And I know you have to have some of the craziest moments talking trash because you make people laugh. So do you have what's your most memorable trash talking moment that you have with some guys on the field or some fans, something that's real funny?
Bro, to be honest, I think you just gave it away. If anybody played against me, you get somebody to say it back. I really don't trash talk. I just crack jokes, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you could get better with those cleats, bro. bro, especially when receivers will wear them thick thigh pads. I'm like, bro, you gonna be short like 50 yards wearing them, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? My favorite one is that while I'm in my waggle.
Yeah.
You know, Calgary played a lot of man. Hamilton played man. You know, so they be like locked in. They like looking at you. As I'm wagging, I'm telling buddy, your shoe untied, folks. Your shoe untied. Most guys don't fall for it, but some get them tight.
Right.
I'm gone the second they look down, bro. You know what I mean? So instead of trash talking, bro, it was more of joking with me. I appreciate the compliment of giving me a comparison to Chris Tucker's. That's like one of my favorites, bro. You know what I mean? So
bro,
I always love that, you know, and so it's more joking with me. Who I probably did the most trash talking with is my brother Odell, bro. This dude, like living with this guy, I had to come out with my bullets. You know what I mean? Because you know Odell, bro.
He never stops.
He goes straight to it, bro. Like bro, why you gotta talk to me like?
Right.
You know.
You wake up, he goes for the gusto.
Why would you talk about my mama, Odell? You know, like she was just here not too long ago cooking for us, but he just like to get under your skin, you know. Yeah. He always did it. So I would say I talk more trash talk with Odell. Yeah. It was always love and fun on the field, bro.
So we got to go back to the beginning. How did you get into football? Because, bro, I've seen you at Commonwealth, the basketball course, but, bro, you could hoop. You probably could have gone that route if you really wanted to. So, like, how did you end up choosing sticking out football?
Oh, man, Tate, look, that's what I love about what you got going on right now, bro. We able to we're able to get the raw, uncut, like true about Tate, man. Listen, I didn't play football till my 11th grade year in high school, bro.
What?
I played basketball when I was like 5. Like before I can even think basketball was my thing, Tate. Yeah. And I kind of picked up on the cross country track. I wasn't fooling with no football, bro. I used to be allergic to grass. I might still be. Oh. I always went long sleeve, Tate.
Yes. Okay.
Bro. Like I don't get to talk about it to nobody, but today we're gonna talk about it, bro. My skin would get messed up, so I just never fool with football. And I was just like, bro, I don't need nobody grabbing on me. You know, I was like, bro. So in the neighborhood, you know, growing up, walk around. We used to ride our bikes everywhere in the neighborhood. So the school year about to start, you know, football is the first sport of the school year. I was that kid that always had a basketball. You know, we could be walking to the bus, I throw the basketball. I ain't even got books in my book bag, Tate, but I'm throwing the basketball in my book bag.
But you knew that dude was the baller, though.
Bro, hey, get right. You know what I'm saying? So one day, my buddies in the neighborhood, they all walking, talking. They like, oh, bro, when we play you this year, I'm going to jam you up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. So I'm like, bro, y'all need to shut up, bro. I'm tired of hearing that like every year. They like, AD, yo, lanky self, bro. If you play, you'll be sorry. And that was the trigger right there. I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm going to play this year. They like, bro, you can't play no football. I'm like, I'm going to play. And see, I went to Notre Dame High School. So, like, I grew up in my neighborhood, you know, so I went to middle school. I went to the public school system up until, like, high school. Then I got the scholarship to their private school. So I'm in a private school. We don't even play these public schools. Tate, I said, I'm going to play and I'm going to get y'all on my schedule. So I'm playing all private schools and then Brainerd High School and Howard High School. Those are 2 public high schools that like all my homeboys go to. My mom and them all went to the school. I got them on the schedule. Got them on the schedule, bro. Listen, I didn't win games in high school. I won 4 games out of my whole high school career. Guess who they was? Brainerd, Howard. Them the only 2 teams I beat, Tate.
Yeah.
Didn't beat nobody in our conference. We was always last, bro. But I always balled. You know what I mean? Newspaper used to say, Adarius Bowman versus the other school.
Yeah.
But now, straight up, bro, it started so I guess it was the summer of my 10th grade year going into 11th.
Wow.
Neighborhood talking. I'm like, I'm about to play. I remember my first day going out. The coach like, what position you want to play? Of course, the only position I knew was quarterback, bro. I'm like, I want to be the quarterback, bro. Say, you probably ain't never saw me.
I see you throw.
Oh, awful, bro. The worst. Like, if that was my key to success, bro, I would have failed. My coach right away, like, nah. So they threw me at running back. You know what I'm saying? You know, doing the toss. You know, we was in like the wing tee or something. Boom, toss me the ball. He's like, okay, this might be it. Until somebody tackling me, I'm like, oh no, this ain't it right here. I ain't trying to see a JC Sherrod, Big Hill every play, bro. You know what I mean? So I tell the coach, like, oh, I don't know about that running back stuff, coach. Like, no, you look good. I'm like, nah, give me something else. What else we got out there? He like, you know what, Adarius? Listen to this thing. My 11th grade year, bro, Every time they wanted to give me the ball, the name of the play was called alley-oop. My coach came to me. He said, Adarius, I've seen you play basketball. He said, look, this is what's going to happen. I want you to run down the field.
Yeah.
Our quarterback's going to throw it. I want you to go up and treat it like an alley-oop.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds smooth. Hut, take off running, Tay. You know what, bro? It worked. Seen the ball coming out, treat it just like an alley-oop. I'm finna two-hand this thing. He said, that's it right there. So, boom, I played that first year, bro. I think I ended up having like 1,300 my first year playing and 1,200 my next year. Became an Army All-American in high school, bro, in football.
In 2 years.
2 years, Tay, bro. It was weird, bro.
So, like, so you're doing that, you're balling, and how quickly till scouts start coming to you and like, yo, we want you at our school? Like, you start getting recruited.
My senior year, coming into my senior year, I think I had every school. I think Texas didn't coming into the beginning of my senior year. I think Texas was the only school that didn't offer me. Everybody else had offered me a scholarship. In the country, bro.
From 2 years.
From D2 to D1.
Yeah.
Everybody, bro. I was ranked like 4th in the nation.
Yeah.
You know that we had that rivals.com back in the day.
I remember that.
Rivals, you know, you had the video clip and stuff on that. But I got to give a lot of thanks to my athletic director. You know, Howie Sumperek, big ups, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all seen the potential in me, Tate, and I think we had cassette, we had the VCRs back there. We had no DVD, no USB. We didn't have all that, bro. It was straight like pop the tape in, start watching, you know. And I think he sent that out to probably everybody in the world twice, bro. So that's how they end up finding a little kid in Chattanooga, Tennessee, bro, and I can't say that's where it started, Tay, bro. So I give a lot of thanks to Notre Dame and Howie Sumperek for that, bro.
Oh, for sure. And, okay, so you start getting recruited and you're going on trips, right? And you're a big-time recruit. Tell me about some of your best recruiting stories because, you know, things are a little different when you're the 4th-ranked dude in the nation.
Right. It turns awkward when you're the 4th-ranked dude in the nation. You don't know nothing about football. I got Philip Farmer, Nick Saban, who's down at them brothers down there that was at Florida State, Bobby Bowden.
Bowden, yeah.
Bro, I got all them in my house, bro, telling me about BCS games and what. Bro, that just going right over me, Tay, bro. I'm just sitting there looking like, bro. Y'all gonna let me play basketball too? That was my only question, bro. I asked everybody that, like, bro, you gonna let me play basketball too? Like, oh no, Derek want to. Next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Homeboy, like, bro, that was Nick Saban. What are you doing? I'm like, I don't know who that is, bro. Another quick funny story, man, bro. I got Philip Farmer. I'm from Tennessee, so UTK, they was like on me, bro. They on me. You can play basketball, you can do whatever. One of my funny stories. So, like, you know, I'm single mom. It's 5 of us, you know, in the house. So, you know, it's different for my mama, too. She like, they coming again? You know, so she got a hose. You know, she got to make some little finger food. Bro, this is what I was like, this might not be for me, bro. Moms get hot tape. She had the thing. Like, Coach Farmer there. They had, like, the receiver coach. They had, like, the staff there. They in my house, in the living room. You know, we having good talks. But I ain't noticing, like, my mama kind of give me the face. She like behind, she give me the face, like, come talk to me. I go down the hallway, meet her. I'm like, what's up, mama? She's like, look, get them out of here. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, boy, they done ate all our chips for the month. My mama like, bro, that big dude. She talking about the big dude in there. That's Coach Farmer, dog. Philip Farmer, he a legend, bro. Like, the big dude is killing the chips, man. They gotta go. I come back out and like wrap it up like, hey, coach, I got something, dude.
I got some homework or something.
Look, it's Philip Farmer sitting in front of us trying to get me to their school.
Legend.
She like, he gotta go.
The chips.
I don't want to another bag of chips, baby. That's it for the month. you know, say, hey, that's serious though. I'm like, oh, he gotta go, bro.
Hey.
He gotta go.
Yes.
So it's like, it's amazing, bro. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know, things like this will be able to allow me to even open up and share it with the world, man. But like my journey here, man, I gotta say it was funny. So I gotta stay the way I am. Was never that serious about it, but man, yeah, it was hilarious seeing this happen. But end up finally making that choice to North Carolina. They gave me the opportunity to do both. Receiver coach Gunnar Brewer, you know what I mean? He's a legend as well now. You know, that's who Coach Randy Moss.
Mm-hmm.
So You know, that was my thing in high school. You know, I'm like, who the best receiver right now?
Right.
Randy Moss, he wore the Mossifieds. They was Jordans. That's how I was in high school. I told the athletic director, look, bro, I ain't gonna be able to play this game unless I got those shoes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we just get the whole team those shoes. So I'm at this. It's all white private school, bro. We all out there, Jordans, Mossifieds, bro. That's me in high school thing. We all out there, Mossifieds. Old linemen, all everybody, Mossifieds.
Oh man, so you get to school, you get to Oklahoma State, obviously balling, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. What are agents saying to you at this time? Because is it the same as when you were in high school and they're like, oh, we want you to come to your house and saying we want to get you? You think go to the league? Like what are the agents saying to you? Because you're balling and bro, man. I seen you in college, man. You was a beast.
Appreciate that, Tay, man. It was that workout program, bro. They put them weights on me. They got me beating me up. You know,
and the meal plan too.
I'm in college. I'm 6'3", 6'4", 236, Tay. Running a 4.42.
Ooh.
3% body fat. I don't know how they do that. I know y'all guys that been through that D1 program. I'm telling that Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
They Big 12 for a reason. We hit the last. You know what I mean? If you notice about NCAA football, you can tell what league a player play in. You know what I'm saying? Like receivers in the SEC are different than the receivers in the Big 12. You know what I mean? They call the Big 12 for a reason. It's like smash mouth football, but SEC got that speed, finesse. It got his lane in the ACC. So I had started in Carolina. Remember that with Grant. Grant was my quarterback.
Yes. I was reading that. I was gonna ask you about that later.
My sophomore year, his lead receiver. You know what I mean? I got a little play my freshman year. You know what I mean? But once we got to Oklahoma State, Tay, bro, I stepped into a different lane. You know what I mean? You got your players and you got your stars, and then they say it's this area that's called like elite.
Yes.
You know what I mean? For a moment, I was getting that attention. And for me, me, Tay, like I'm simple, bro. I'm trying to lay. I was on the last round, but it was serious. You know what I mean? So it was kind of too much at a time, bro. With that whole like recruiting from those agents, because like the difference in like recruiting from these coaches when I was in high school versus these agents, it's dollars involved. You know what I mean?
Big dollars too, like life changing.
So like the conversations is different, bro. You're like, I like how he was talking. I want to hear the next one. You know what I mean? So like I met with all the agents, bro. Like I didn't say no to no agents. You know what I mean? If they wanted to meet me, take me out to eat. I'm like, come on, bro. Of course you can. I'll listen to what you got to say. But in the end, end up making the decision to go with Brian Overstreet out of Houston.
Yeah.
What made me lean his way is I had the opportunity to meet Robert Ferguson. He was with the Vikings at the time.
Oh, I remember Robert Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferg, Ferg. I got Ferg, Casey Hampton, Quincy Moore, all them coming to practice, watching me play. They come to my games, supporting me, And so that's one thing I can say was kind of cool being a young college player. You got like these NFL superstars like hitting you up like, Bo, I'll be there this weekend, bro. I want to see something, So that's gassing me up, bro. So I'm going hard on game day, bro. And then after the game, I'm going to kick it with them. So that really that was kind of a part of my decision. I got to build a relationship with some clients that he already had, versus like majority of the agents was coming to me, presenting like why they gonna make me successful in the league. He kind of like Brian Overstreet kind of like, he took a different approach in the sense of like, I'm gonna let my clients speak for it, which that was good for me, because I'd rather hear it from some people that's like you're already doing business with, and so end up going with him, bro, and it was a great decision, but you know what I mean? For me, myself, I think I made some poor decisions. I ended up getting an MCL injury my senior year. So I should have left my junior year. A lot of people tell me I should have left my junior year. I was projected first round, early second. Yeah. I had a couple of Heisman, bro. I was a semi-finalist in the Heisman.
Yes.
I led NCAA. I was up for the Bolivia, and then like my coach is like, hey, D, man, you're like 12 hours away from graduating. If you was to come back next year, bro, you win the Heisman. You're going to win all this, What I mean? I'm like,
it was Gundy
and Coach Brewer. That Coach Brewer that recruited me to Carolina, he went to Oklahoma State.
Okay.
I left with him, So when I got to Oklahoma State, I had to sit 1 year out, and then I was a fifth-year student. So then I played my senior year, but he kind of like, he had it all laid out for me, like Coach Gundy, was so grateful to give me the opportunity. Came in and he just let me rock. He was like, "You sit this year out. You come in next year, you're gonna be able to do your thing. You know, we're glad to have you." And he held up to it, man. And so it was nice, Tay, bro. No complaints, bro.
So when you're a senior, right, and Dez Bryant comes in as a freshman, but the main reason why he ends up at Oklahoma State is because of you. So how did that go down?
This dude, shout out to my guy Dez, bro. Little bro, dog. One of the most talented, not even as a receiver, just one of the most talented athletes I ever seen, bro. Like, in the sense of, like, this dude know how to use every piece of his body. Like, you talking about body control, catching the ball, Tay. Like, you remember Duke? Duke was like, that was one of the guys that I would say, like, you know how he kind of, like, for a big dude, he was very graceful with, like, how he want to, like, lean it. Bro, Dez was like gorilla. Like, he got lanky arms, big hands, you know what I mean? And he had that same little thing, like, finesse with it, like, bend backwards and, like, catch balls in awkward ways. So it was cool. And he was doing this in high school. Mm-hmm. So my story with Dez, bro, the coaches called me in the office. You know, sometimes the players help during the recruiting process. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want to host this guy. So I told them I've always been a fan of receivers. So, like, whenever they was recruiting somebody, I'm like, Coach, let me you watch a film on them? I sit in there with the coach and watch. You know, I'm like, oh, Letty might not have what it takes. Or he might, you know what I mean? So they showed me some film on Dez, bro, and I'm like, this dude's in high school? They like, yeah. I'm like, we need to get him. You know what I mean? They like, we can. They was like, all he told us. I hope Dez remember this. He said Dez told us if y'all allow me to meet Adarius, I'll sign with y'all.
Dang.
They tell me this. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what bet? I tell him for sure I'm gonna meet him. All right, boom, he coming up this weekend. I'm like, all right, cool. They did a little presentation for him up in the little ballroom. Yeah. And I kind of came. I'm like, all right, I'll come, Coach. You know, so Coach called me. I'm heading over to the stadium. I get there, Tay, bro. Y'all know Dez dark, bro. That's a dark dude, like bro. Me. So I see this, bro. Maybe a little darker than you, Tay.
Nah, this is the light, man. That's the light.
Oh, the light helping it out, yeah. Bro, you know you dark, Tay. But look, I see Dez, bro. Look, young high school player. This nigga got a baby blue mink coat on, coming down the hallway like, "What up, big bro?"
Yeah.
Ball next year. I'm like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this. He signed with us. He was one of those early graduates, so he came in December. You know what I mean? Boom, he was there, bro. He came early, was working out with his hard work, kind of worked on and learning the plays, bro. He came in that next year like hitting that thing full throttle, bro. And I was like, I just had you don't see that too many times out of freshman guys. You know what I mean?
You need a buddy.
Also, even myself, I came in like as a freshman. You know, I'm like sitting back, like looking at all the seniors. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna tell you a quick story. For me, I told you like. So, like, a lot of people know and grasping, like, even Durant will remember this. Durant remembers this story when I got to college. This at Carolina my freshman year. I went backwards a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm at college, bro. They doing a 7-on-7 outside tape. And I told you, when I was in high school, my play was called alley-oop.
Alley-oop.
I ran alley-oop, and then they showed me a quick string, and then I think I incorporated, like, a slant after a while. So I'm either running a go, a slant, or I'm, like, getting it and doing my thing. So that's all I knew, bro. And I was good at that. Bro, I go up here to 7-on-7 with them. We getting together. I don't know the play, so they just throwing me in. Right. So they like, Durant, he the quarterback. He said, call him play. Carolina, on one break. I'm like, oh, bro, I don't know what that is. He's like, no, it's cool, bro. I'll tell you what to do. I'm like, all right, cool. And I think the first play was like a post. I know what a post is. You know what I mean? Even if you don't know football, you can figure that out.
Right. Run to the post.
I knew it go. Durant out there like, bro. Run up, he might have said a 4. I'm like, a 4? I'm a curl. I'm like, a curl? I'm like, bro, I don't know what that is, bro. So I come out the line, I'm gone, Tay. I'm like, whenever I didn't know something, I was just going deep, bro. I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm just about to run, bro. I was young, had good legs. Running, boom, Durant throw the curl out. I guess he thought I was, and you know, from Durant's view, he's like, boy, this dude's running. I guess he's gonna sit down in a minute. You know, I never sat down, Tay. So he throw the curl, it's a pick, bro. Come back, Durant like talking to me and stuff. Me on the sideline. He like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I told you run the curl. Some of the veteran DBs here, they like, bro. And I looked rough that day, Tay. I couldn't make no catches. I'm like, bro, I'm just, because my head, I'm thinking too much. And this was one of the funniest things. They like, a couple of DBs like, man, y'all sure we got the right person, bro?
That's the worst.
They're like, bro, I think the paper's lying about Buddy. Y'all told us he was ranked number 4. I'm like, ah. So you know me, that's like, you know, cross the line, bro. I'm ready to fight, Tay. Young dude, I'm snapping. I'm like, bro, I knock all y'all out. They like, you need to calm down, young man. I'm like, bro, I drop y'all in here. You know what I mean? Like, chill out, bro. So I was like your typical freshman, bro. But Dez came in that thing like he was a little bit more advanced, bro. And so yeah, I really enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed, you know, Dez another great dude, funny dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Great athlete, bro. But was always willing to work. I always appreciate his work ethic. Had a great personality, and that was my little shadow, bro. So
yeah,
I'm going with you, big bro. I'm like, hey, come with me, bro. You know what I mean? But he was always finding himself there, bro. But yeah, that was nice, bro. That was a privilege.
What was the like one moment or one thing that he did when you're like, man, he's going to the NFL ASAP? Like the one thing that sticks out in your mind, or was it just like when you see him in high school and you're just like, yeah, he's got it?
Now when he got there, and I'm telling you, Tay, bro. I don't think, you know, like I was doing my thing in college, you know what I mean? But it's moments where like the DB might just make a good play.
D1 athletes.
Bro, I don't think it was a deep ball, fade ball that was thrown to Dez that he didn't catch. What I mean is like, whether it's just with this part of his arm, catch it on his neck, like, bro, he like was amazing at adjusting to the ball to where it wowed me.
Yeah,
I never could tell him when we was in college. You know
right.
Serious when it like he gonna catch that ball by any means, and you know you can see it in his career. Dez gonna talk some trash. He gonna let you know like I got you, bro. So he was extra animated. I'm like, buddy, it's kind of scary almost. Like, where is he finna fight? You know what I mean? He like, bro, I don't care who guard me. I'm catching that ball, and he did it every time, man. And so I'm like, I just took it as he's special. And then one game our returner got hurt.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't about to return no ball, bro. That ain't my thing. You ain't gonna never hear AD out there.
I remember that one time in Winnipeg in the playoff game, and they kind of popped it up, and you caught it and ran backwards.
Bro, I'm not messing with this tape, bro. I don't watch enough film. You got to be special to return, bro. At the professional level, bro, one game I returned. I think 2 of our returns went down. Bro, Dez on the sideline, freshman. Dez on the sideline like, put me in, coach, I'll do it. Coach like, all right, bro, put him in. He scored, bro. House it.
He scored. Yeah,
house it, bro. Yeah. And then it was around that time. I'm like, yeah, this dude's on another level. So that's why I say, like, hands down, he was like one of the most athletic basketball, like just athletes.
Yeah.
Dez could hoop a little bit. Kind of was like, he a football basketball player, but he could hoop. You know what I mean? He like aggressive out there. You know, he'll knock you down, maybe push you over or something. But he had the skill, but man, like Dez was impressive, bro. Hands down.
So tell me about the first time you learned about the CFL and what you thought it was. The first time like somebody was like CFL, like what was your thought?
Durant was the first person to tell me.
Okay.
And so I'm like, you know what I mean? I didn't test well. Had got in a little trouble, you know what I mean, before the combine. So like I had put myself in the position I was in, you know, I'm like, all right, this football thing might not be for me, you know. And so then I had that receiver coach. My receiver coach father used to coach with Eric Tillman in Ole Miss.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said,
yeah.
Wow. So come to find out, I'm in Atlanta, you know, from Tennessee. I'm living in Atlanta. I'm training there. And so a couple of guys around who we was training with, they like, bro, this afternoon, we going to do a workout for the CFL. I'm like, CFL? I ain't never heard of that. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, it's the Canadian League. I'm like, Canada? And I'm gonna tell you, this is my one time here in Canada. So like, at this point, bro, like y'all ain't in our geography like studies when we in school, bro. It's U.S., bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, like they always showed that it was right there, but it just said Canada. Like it ain't really like
no promises, nothing, just Canada.
They don't go into no details or nothing. So I'm like, I heard them say Canada. So first thing I think, only place I thought, like only thing I knew about Canada at this point was South Park, bro.
Yes, with the square heads.
Bro, the square head, the way they were talking, the little houses that all look the same, and just the snow, bro. So I'm like, bro, I'm finna go to South Park. So I'm like, bro, CFL. So I had to ask a couple of questions. I'm like, it ain't that arena junk, is it, dog? They like, arena, I ain't gonna lie, they kind of worried me. You know, I was saying dudes get knocked out.
Yeah.
Bro, that wall, I'm like,
going into the stands.
So I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know about it. They're like, no, bro, it's real football on a field. I'm like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, bro, it's just a bigger field, a little longer. So then I had that workout that day. I'm about to start working out. It might have been like Toronto and Calgary or something was hosting that workout. Anyway, I go to do the registration. The dude take my name. I'm like over there stretching. He like called my name out loud, like, Bowman, you come here? I like, come, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh man, they gave me my little money back, $100 or something. Give me the $100 back. They like, you can't work out today. I'm like, damn, what's going on? They like, Saskatchewan got your rights.
Oh.
But this one I had learned that the CFL kind of have a draft with the players that's up for the draft, just in case if they ever cross paths, And so I'm like, so what that mean? He like, you under contract with Saskatchewan. You need to reach out to them. So I'm like, all right, hit my agent up. He like, okay. So boom, I end up hitting him up. Once I hit Saskatchewan up, that's when I realized I looked at the schedule, Durant there. So I'm like, oh, big bro there. So let me hit him up and talk.
Yeah.
He was so excited, bro. And me and Durant did work back in college, and that was like big bro. And so like, you know what I mean? I'm like, all right, I'm coming just off of that strength. I'm like, Durant there, I'll figure it out, once I get there. You know what I mean? And so time for training camp come around. They had Ricky camp. We showed up, they had me take a flight to Minot, North Dakota, and then we took a van to Regina, bro.
Across the border?
Across the border to Regina, bro. So I'm like, back at this time, you didn't need no passport all that. You just need like ID, and I think your birth certificate. You was like, they like letting you through, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, do the meeting, Minot, do the whole process. I'm looking at the players and stuff. You know who's on this van with me that day? Dressler.
No.
I didn't realize that he was Dressler though.
Hey, so what did you think when you see him though?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you about him. I didn't realize that it was Dressler. I thought it was a kid or somebody's son or something. Like I didn't know. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like I'm peeping what's out there. So I'm like, all right, boom. I'm AD at the moment. I had became who.
Right.
I'm gonna stay to myself. I ain't gonna lie, tell you, all through college, all through high school, my only thing was like, I'm about to ball. That was my motto. Like, bro, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't got no cleats today. I don't care. I'm about to ball. You know what I'm saying? That was me. So in my head, I'm like, let me listen to my music. They say, oh, we got a 4-5 hour drive. I'm finna ball. Well, when we get off this van, I'm balling. That's all I can say. We on the van, bro. I'm looking at it, bro. I ain't seeing no cities, no life. My grandmama used to always watch Little House on the Prairie. Mm-hmm. Bro, I had hit my mama up. I say, I think I'm on my way there. I was like, this gotta be Little House on the Prairie, bro. This how it look, you know what I mean?
Right.
Nobody around here. I'm like, man, it's crazy, bro. So like, as we come into Regina, most of Canada flat, especially Saskatchewan, it's flat out there, bro. So I can see that it's city up ahead of us, but we still like 2 hours away. So I'm like, all right, cool. We finally get there. The only person I'm looking for is Durant. So I finally get over Durant. So I'm cool, for the night. We chill. We wake up the next day. We got Ricky camp. But like all the quarterbacks are always there. So Durant there. So bro, we wake up that next morning. I come in, you know what I mean? This is when I first meet Getty.
Getty.
Rob Bags. We all in at the rookie camp, you know what I mean?
Well, there was rookies. They were all rookies at this time?
I want to say Getzlaff might have came the year before, and then this was like his second. Like I think Getty had been there before, but like we always were me, Getty, Bags. Dressler. That was the group. That's
crazy. And Fantuz was on that team too, right?
Ooh, it wasn't Fantuz. We just say Tooth.
Damn, that's the Canadian Air Force.
Man, bro. Tooth, Matt Dominguez, another player, DJ Flick.
Yes.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
They had a squad.
Yeah, bro. And so I remember before knowing Dressler was Dressler, this is my funny moment with Dressler. So I'm in the training room. I used to take my ankles back then. So I'm like, in the training room, I see Dressler there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not knowing he waiting in line to get his ankle taped too, but I just roll up on him, bro, because he had a roll of tape in his hand. I think he used to tape his fingers. Mm-hmm. Dressler didn't wear gloves, bro.
Wow.
A little bit of hand, dog. But he just was little, bro. So I'm like, say, bro, can you take my ankle? He's like, what? I'm like, can you take my ankle, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, bro, I'm waiting to get my ankles taped. I'm like, you play? He's like, yeah. I'm like, damn. Like, bro, you little? Bro,
hey,
come out
does
there,
he remember that?
Bro, Justin got to remember that. Come in, bro. Hands down. Bro, this little dude. I used to call him Mighty Mouse. After a week of rookie camp, I'm like, this fool don't drop anything.
Yeah.
Like, Mighty Mouse, he jumping up, making jump balls. I'm like, oh, this little dude.
Rolling,
jump balls? Bro, jump balls, Tay. Jump balls. I'm like, oh, something up. fast, bro. I'm like, oh, buddy, nice. So that ended up being. I hit him with the look. Can you take my ankle thing?
Yeah.
He laughed about it, and then we kind of like me, him, get in bags. We kind of was always around each other. You know what I'm saying? And so I get there. I told you Durant is the man at North Carolina.
Yes.
When we got here, bro, he like the third string quarterback. I wasn't rap right my rookie year, bro. Like I used to just, I couldn't. I just talk. I just say stuff. You know what I mean? Why Durant ain't starting? I'm like, hey, chill out, bro. You know, you gotta play your role. It takes some time. I'm like, bro, look here. If Durant ain't throwing me the ball, I ain't getting in.
Damn.
Like, chill out, bro. And at this point, they want me to start. They trying to like. I think Matt Dominguez had just came off a knee injury or something, so he had a little time before he was playing. So they like, but I'm being hot-headed, bro. I'm like, bro, it was Marcus Crandall, bro. MC was a quarterback at the time. MC ended up coaching us at Edmonton, bro.
Yeah.
They said, MC, bro. I'm like, bro, buddy too old, bro, to be playing football. Tell you, see, I'm a young dude, so I like when I think like that, it was like real to me, bro. I'm like,
yeah.
Man,
he said he's too
so
old.
long to drop back, bro. Like, why do he take so long to throw the ball, bro? Like, this me. I'm at practice talking like this. So everybody like, bro, you need to chill out, bro. You just say anything, bro.
Right.
I'm being honest, bro. So I go down the field, you know what I'm saying? I come back. I'm like, bro, put Durant in, bro. Durant like, bro, you can't do that, AD. You got to chill, bro. I'm like, I don't understand, bro. You better than, I think it was MC and maybe Steven Job. They had like, I don't know who was in front of Durant, but I did not like it. Hey, bro, so I'm just being a problem, not even knowing it. Bro, first preseason game come up, they got me in the first quarter. I think it was like first and third. I'm silly, Tay. I'm being ignorant, bro. I'm like, I go switch with somebody because I wanted to play with Durant. Durant only had the fourth.
Oh, wow.
Bro, I go switch, bro. So Durant, like, bro, you tripping, AD. You can't do this, bro. You got to stop. The coach is like, son, where's our receiver? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm playing with Durant.
Wow.
This is how I used to think back then.
Yes.
It wasn't acceptable, but long story short, in that fourth quarter, I think I scored either once or twice with Durant.
Right.
Wasn't supposed to be in there with him, but Durant was throwing it to me all the time. You know, he calling plays that we was doing back in Carolina because I ain't know these plays up here, so it was a comfort level for me. So after that game, you know what I mean, Coach Lapo, Coach Miller pulled me to the side. Eric Tillman was our GM. They like, hey, son, you know, you high profile guy. We get it. But, like, you can't be acting like this up here, man. You know, we brought you here to do something. You got to do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, Durant kind of had that taught me, like, little bro, don't mess up your opportunity. Act right. Like, all right, cool. So I buy into the system, bro. And finally came along, figured it out with MC, bro. And that's where it started, man. I actually they ended up 9-gaming me. You know how that go. I wasn't hurt. It's just, you know what I mean? End up on 9-game. Matt Dominguez came back, so I ain't get to play no more. And then I got an attitude again. I'm saying all this to say, like, I had to grow up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, as a rookie, I just was, like, crushing my image. I'm crushing my ability and my skill. And, like, now that I've finished 11 years, I crushed my stats. Because I wasted a whole year, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, long story short, bro, I was just there being immature and, like, young. But I was surrounded by superstars. Like I say, some of those guys that was there, you know, Fantus, you know, even Marcus Crandall was an amazing quarterback. I wasn't understanding, you know what I mean? Wes Cates was our running back.
Yes, he was nice. He was nice.
And on defense, we had guys like Eddie Davis, Omar Moore, you know what I mean? John Chick was there, you know what I mean? Like, bro, we had some animals over there. And so, like, man, long story short, they 9-game me, so I couldn't play. I'm living with Luke Mullender.
Mullender, he does the analyst for them now. Yeah,
I'm living with Luke.
Hey, he's from Mississauga. He's from my little city. Yeah.
I get it, bro. You know, Saga. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke Mullender, Luka Kunji was our kicker. Durant and me, bro. All living in the house, bro. I think we was living in like a 6-bedroom house. I stayed in it was 4 of us. The others, I kept switching rooms every other week because like we had extra rooms. I'm like, bro, I ain't finna let these rooms just be here. I'm living them, bro. Say that's me, bro. They see me midway through the night dragging my bed down the hall. Yeah. I'm like, I'm about to use this room over here, bro. You know what I mean? But man, it ended up being amazing, bro. That was my rookie year. Dressler, I think he won Rookie of the Year that year. Dressler, I think DJ Flick ended up breaking his ankle. Like, we had a bunch of people break their ankle that year. It was some DBs. I think Toos did it. Like a few people hurt their ankles,
Yeah.
bro. It was like happening in the femur or something. Like it was happening across the league.
Yeah.
So Dressler ended up getting that. So that was like we came up together. That was supporting Dressler. I was excited, bro, because that's what me and Dressler say. Like one of us needs to be balling, bro. Because we had that rookie camp, bro. I think it was just like Getzlaff bad, me and Dressler that came out the rookie camp, bro, and that made it, bro. Like everybody else got cut. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep naming them, because that was like that was us. We kind of came in like that, and it was a blessing to be able to go through the whole career with them guys, bro. But that was my first interest to the CFL.
But let's talk about the talent though, because a lot of guys, like you've seen it throughout your career, come up from down south, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in Canada, man. I can take it easy." There's no talent up there. But like, when did you know, like, oh, it's for real? Like the talent was for real up here.
Bro, I knew that year. I knew that year because even Durant, for example, there was a guy like, I know he had tried with Baltimore. They was talking about, switching him to running back. Something. Then like you forgot, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then it was just like every time I was turning around, Corey Banks, he was in BC at the time. I remember hearing about it. Like it started being names out, Casey Printers. It was like names, Michael Bishop. It's like names I'm hearing. I'm like, bro, I wonder what these dudes at. So it's like premier players up here. And throughout my career, you know what I'm saying? I can't say I was a victim of it at first too. I'm like, man, talent weak up here. Mm-hmm. But I had to fix my mouth, you know what I mean? And realize, bro, that's your same stars that was down in the U.S. playing a year or 2 years later. Them your same stars that had opportunities to go to the NFL. Whether it's that an NFL team didn't have a spot for them, or they didn't do good in the test, or they made a mistake, whatever. But in a sense, what I'm trying to say, the talent level was there. And then on top of the talent level being there, CFL is slightly a different game. Mm-hmm. And at first, I wasn't able to understand it, you know what I'm saying? Because they put me in a boundary. It felt normal to me, like I'd never messed with the field during my first maybe 2 years, because like that's a part of the CFL that I think it do take a younger guy some time to understand it. Like you run an out route different in the boundary than you do to the field. 100%. The ball comes different in the boundary than you do to the field. You know what I mean? The defense way different in the boundary as it is in the field, right. And so. Those little things right there, and then seeing the talent that was there, and like it's less teams here, so the competition. You see some guys sometimes 3-4 times out of the season, and like to some people they're like, "Oh, that's lame," but actually that was harder to me, bro. It's harder. It's harder, bro. You gotta really be like nice with your craft, and you really gotta be doing some studying on your opponent. So like, man, I will quickly say after my rookie year, bro, I will say. Going into that second year, I started like appreciating and understanding the CFL. I had got traded to Winnipeg that offseason, which they should have. I was tripping. Mm-hmm. I just been a young player, just young and dumb. That's what they say. Yeah. I was grateful for the opportunity and went to Winnipeg, man. And Mike Kelly was the coach at the time, and he was a guy that knew so much about me, because he came from the U.S. and I was over there with 3 All-Stars, Terrence Edwards, Rumby Bryant, Derek Armstrong. They all at the receiver. That's 3,000-yard receivers on one team. Yeah. So I was able to I would say that's when I really was like, they shared like the knowledge of the CFL with me, and so that's when I took off, bro. I ended up being our leading receiver that year because I think T. always took an injury and they traded Rumby and Derek. Traded Derek Armstrong to Edmonton and traded Rumby to Calgary. And so Coach Kelly kind of was telling me, Joe Mack was the GM. They we see a lot of you, son. I had matured a little bit, so I was showing up just for work. You know what I mean? I'm like, I understood the league a little bit more. So I knew it. I was a little bit more familiar how it went. I'm like, I ain't trying to get 9 games. I'm finna go play. Right. I showed up a little bit more focused about my work. That's why I really became good friends with my buddy Brock Ralph. That's why our relationship started. Odell Willis. That's where this relationship started. He got traded over from Calgary. You know what I mean? And so I would have to say it was my 2009, my second year is when I kind of was appreciating and understood the CFL a little bit more. Yeah. And I could see, those days, we all trying to get back to the NFL. My agent was trying to do it. Everybody's talking. Everybody's in my ear like, go back. Yeah. But myself, actually, I was adapting to the Canadian culture. I got that first year out, coming up the first year in Regina, You know, I was ready to go. I was calling my agent like every day, like, get me out of here, bro.
Yeah.
But I had guys like Durant, Fantus telling me like, bro, just be patient, get through camp, bro. You ain't never seen Vancouver. You ain't never seen Toronto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was talking about the location. I'm like, bro, it's boring here. I'm young, bro. I'm 21. Like, bro, I need to see something. And so we started traveling, and the season started, and the routine of the scene. The CFL's changed a little bit. We used to, like, you know, the opposing to the opponent, the home team used to host parties. You know what I mean? Like, we always stayed the night. And that's kind of changed in the past few years. But so that was like a part of the CFL culture. So, like, you finish the game, all the clubs in the city was hosting CFL. Like, it was for both teams. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's where we kind of got together. And so those kind of things is what I kind of started falling in love with. I'm like, oh, man, we family up here. You know what I mean? Like, we'll beat each other up. And then after the game,
yeah,
you know, it's like,
that's cool. Respect.
Up, yeah, respect. And so, like, coming into that second year, I really, like, grasped and understood that. So I really enjoyed that season. Ended up being Winnipeg's leading receiver that year. And, yeah, man, it was up from there. And that's when
what was that moment when it all clicked? Like, you talk about, like, your first year, you know, you were a little bit immature. You know, you weren't, you know, popping off at any moment. But what was the moment where it clicked and you was like, I could dominate for a long time?
I would say after that 09 season. Coming in after that season, I like I say, I ain't never really been a stat guy at all. Like, I just play tape, you know what I mean? And whatever it turned out to be, that's what it is.
Right.
But then when I realized, you know, I was real close to having 1,000. That's like the milestone as a receiver. 1,000 yards. Even if you got 1,000 on the dot, that's just like,
it's good. You're good.
So that year, I think I had like 980 or 970 or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I went into that offseason. You know, Winnipeg was talking about extending me and wanting me to be there long. So it was that moment where I guess I had did something good. You know, the first year I kind of blew it off, just acting crazy, and then the second year I like had some little stats. I'm like, man, I can get 1,000 yards, man. You know what I'm saying? Then I came into 2010 and I took a step backwards, to tell you, man. And so it was like a huge learning curve. I allowed myself, just my ways, you know what I'm saying, the way that I was wired at the time. I didn't want to play for a coach that we had there at the time. And now, maybe if I was talking to a young guy like you, or if I was talking to any young receiver, I could give him some advice about a scenario like that, you know. Because in a position like that, it only hurts yourself, you know what I mean? Right. You know, but I made some immature decisions, and I didn't want to play for a coach that was there, bro. And Winnipeg let me go, which they should have.
Right.
And so that 09 season, and then 2010, I called it a turning point in my life. Something that I was doing for so long and something that I enjoyed doing, it was taken away from me, bro. And so now I'm like at home. It's like week 11 or something. I done got released. I'm at home. The season's still going on. I'm watching the guys play. Winnipeg go to the Great. No, that was 2011. The next year that was 2010. They go to the Grey Cup. They lose. Bro, I'm like, man, this crazy, dog. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
Oh, that's when they lost to BC, right?
It's either 2010 or 11. It might have been the following year.
Yeah.
But I was at home and ball was going on. I wasn't playing ball, bro.
Right.
And so now I'm like, it really hit me at all. You know, I'm like, all jokes aside, if this is what I want to do in my life, I got to change, you know, the way that I approach this, you know. I got to be more professional. I got to be this, you know. Guys like Durant, I got to listen to what they saying, you know what I mean? And so, man, that little downtime left me like, the season finished. I'm talking with a few teams, and Cavis Reed, bro. Cavis Reed was the defensive coordinator at Winnipeg before that. And he had hit me up, and he's like, Adarius, you know, like, do you want to still play ball, son? Like, I feel like, you know, I'm like, Coach, bro, I want to play ball more than you ever can imagine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really get it now. I used to have guys like Cavis and Coach Harris, like, mentoring me when I was at Winnipeg. You know, because I just was like being ignorant with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that coach I was telling you about, I'm like, you're leading receiver in 09, 2010, I wouldn't even practice on the offensive side, Tay. And I'm not saying this to get claps. I'm saying this to like show y'all younger players or a player that see this.
Yeah.
Don't do this. You know what I mean? Be smarter about your career because time is limited, bro. You never know. Like, I was lucky to get that other opportunity.
Right.
But I'm like, our leading receiver, but I only would practice on scout team.
Wow.
I like wouldn't ask. You want to know who? You want to know who to talk to find this out?
Yeah.
Boy, Corey Watson. This is how Corey started playing. No. Real.
Yeah.
Corey was playing X at Winnipeg.
He did tell me he was playing X. I didn't know why though. Because
I wouldn't play it. Corey, Corey Helton used to be like this over his face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You can see all his teeth.
Bro, I'm like, bro, get in, bro. You know what I mean? He's like, no. Like, you go. I'm like, bro, get in, because I'm not playing. And so after a while, they made Corey the guy. You know what I mean? Because I was being ignorant. I go over on scout team. I'm catching one-handers, jumper. I'm balling, bro.
Yeah.
But it was ignorance. You know what I mean? So they let me go, like I say, which they should. But I had built that relationship with Cavis, and I remember, man, 2011, New Year's Day, bro. I was in Vegas. You know what I mean? I like had got released. I'm like, I want to go have some fun. Met some guys in Vegas. After chilling, I got the call in Vegas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cavis like, I got the job. Darius, you the first guy I called. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah. Thank you, coach. You know what I mean? And so after, like I say, I say 2010 is a turning point, because that was when I knew. Before that, people was like, oh, I'm going to go back to you going to go to the NFL, you're going to do this. That day, I was like, I like Canada as a country, because I had starting to realize, like, the culture and the lifestyle of Canada. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I say, I like this. And then for ball, I turned the switch. I say, you know what? I'm about to ball, bro. I'm about to, like, anything, you know what I mean, distract that or like, stop that from happening. And then that year, Ricky Ray, 2011, Fred Stamps, Ricky Ray, Jason Bournes. I was around all these guys. I had my first 1,000-yard season in the CFL. Me and Fred finished with the same amount of yards that year. Wow. I think Fred had about 30 more catches than me, though.
Right.
Ricky Ray, Ricky. Ricky. The GOAT, bro. He, bro, you know what? I was playing R back then, bro.
What?
That was the first time I went to slot, bro. I'm playing R, bro.
Wow.
Tay,
one day, that's the only way they can get you in?
This past offseason, Messam was our running back, bro.
Yes.
Messam was posting videos in like 2011. He like, bro.
Yes, I saw that. And Jason Bournes was in there.
Yeah. So look, you see how you said Jason Bournes? You wouldn't even knew AD was in there.
I
didn't.
I
was brick blocking and had to block it for Messam, bro. Hey, my whole shoulder beat up, bro, for Messam. He
right.
He's as big as me, bro. I should have been running the ball. He should have been blocking, bro.
Right.
Bro, I'm running the Stevie Bags, John Bowman, pow. Right, but I'm out here like I had told myself I was committed to giving my all. You know what I mean? I came in thinking I was gonna be X. I remember that's when they brought Marcus Henry. I didn't like Marcus Henry at first, but me and Marcus ended up being cool.
Oh, you guys were like twins, though.
Bro, that was what they used to call me, bro. Big hand and little hand. I'm like, bro, look, I'm gonna start. Like, I used to always threaten people like, bro, I'm about to start knocking people out, bro. You know. But him was cool, but it could have been you, Natey. I would have been like, I don't like you, bro.
Right.
Like, I didn't even get the opportunity to fight for the position. You know what I mean? They just had like a list of like American receivers right there that they wanted to see. So Cavis, I remember he pulled me in the office. Like, I'm balling in training camp at X. And then they pulled me in the office saying, like, you need to learn slots. And, at that time, like, for Americans first coming to Canada, that waggle is like, it's scary, bro. Like, it just don't make sense. You like, bro, that's just a lot of running, bro. They done ran 10 yards before it even say hut. I'm like, I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to do it. Put me in the office, like, that's the only way you're going to get on this field, Adarius. And I'm like, man. And so we had the GOAT, Fred Stamps in the boundary, and then Jason Bournes to the field at Y.
Yes.
The only spot left is R.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bro, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got to put my – so honestly, Tay, bro, I got elbow pad. I'm wearing all kind of different stuff in practice now because I wasn't really getting the ball. It was all about blocking.
Yes.
But it was kind of cool, I'm like, I'm gonna let them know I'm all in with the team, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was probably the first year I want to say, like, I like accepted Canada. Before I was like, fighting against, I might want to participate in the team functions we did. I probably wasn't trying to click with the locker room because I'm like, I'm finna go, bro. That's all I was always thinking, like, bro, I ain't gonna be here long.
Right.
Just thinking like that. But this season I was locked in, bro, and I'm like, whatever my role is, I'm gonna do it, bro. And that was my role, bro, brick blocking, hack blocking, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and waggling. I'm like, all right, I'm in, bro. But like I say, playing with a guy like the GOAT, Fred take off down the field, they double team. I'm out in the flats like,
hey,
bro.
And he'll hit you on time.
Rick out there like boom.
Yeah.
And Rick don't do a lot of talking, bro.
No talking. I played with him in Toronto too, man.
Man, mid-season, Rick finally said something to me, bro. He's like, hey, man, look, I be seeing you on them flat routes and them outs, bro. He's like, I've noticed, like, when I throw those to you, you getting like 30, 40 yards. He's like, bro, be expecting a couple more. I'm like, bet, I can wear receiver gloves this game. I'm like, bet, let's go. Bro, I was wearing a glove with the pad on the back.
Yeah, you had to, man.
I'm like, bro, this too much, bro.
Uh-huh.
And then Rick, and then I kind of the R kind of started being able to do his thing. It wasn't always hack blocking it, you know what I mean? So that was really what that's why I would say I blossomed and started becoming a real CFL receiver. Mm-hmm. And then that offseason they traded Rick, bro, to Toronto.
To Toronto, yeah.
To come in 2012, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, yeah, man, that was when it really clicked for me, Tay, bro. I'll say 2011.
So the pinnacle of your career comes in 2015. Like everything comes together for the Eskimos. Like you guys were able to beat Calgary. You guys, they're whooping you guys for a little bit there, and you guys are finally able to beat them. And I'm watching that game, and I'm watching that atmosphere, man. I'm thinking, man, this Commonwealth was rocking, and I never seen anything like that up here. What was it like for you playing in that, and like how did that compare to games you play against like Oklahoma or like Alabama or like big games like that?
The Labor Day Classic, especially that year, that season, but every season, the Labor Day Classic, Edmonton Eskimos, Calgary Stampeders, they rank right here with some of the best games I played. You have your rivals when you're in college, you go down, but no, this one was like sometimes you send a guy twice in a week, and we seen them 2 other times during the year.
Yeah.
Then they right down the street.
The cities hate each other, hate.
The battle of the province,
ABC.
bro. And it's really it's a little bit of hate in it. It's really don't like each other, bro.
Yeah. You can be cool with dudes on that team, but once that week starts, it's different.
I never was cool with dudes on that team. It got that rivalry. I didn't wear red. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That rivalry, it got inside of me. Like I say, especially after Bowden in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, just getting your butt whooped by them. You know what I mean? With this greater atmosphere, And so, bro, that was special. 2015 season. In terms of team chemistry, in terms of accomplishments, that was my first time winning the championship. I had yards before. I had won individual awards and different things like that, but that was my first time winning the championship in my life. And not just winning the championship, it was I feel like we earned it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We fought for
lumps.
We got it, bro. It wasn't just given to us. Sometimes fluke stuff happen in sports, and you man, they got it, bro. But that was a very special season, and if you was asking me what defined the CFL my career, that season, bro, that was it. That was a mark where later season after that, I think I had 1,700 one year or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what I had in 2015, but nothing trumps that season. You know how it is with us, bro. The locker room atmosphere and the off the field stuff, it plays a bigger part sometimes. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was the first time I had felt like I was on a championship team. Mm-hmm. We didn't know it week 2. We didn't know it in training camp, but we was on a championship team, and everybody was on one accord, and we spent a lot of time with each other. And that was the first time in my life I seen what it takes to be a champion. And so the times you seen me and following that, we was trying our best to duplicate that because I had felt it for the first time in my life. You know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, that was something special, man.
That crowd though in that West Final, I remember, like I was saying, I was watching the game on TV because all the Sago boys were on the team, but it was rocking. Have you felt anything like that in your life? Wow.
I played in front of 90,000, 100,000. When I was in college sometimes.
Yeah.
But that one game you talking about, that Western Finals right there.
West Finals, when you guys were in the crowd. Yes.
At home. Because the season made a turn midway. You know what I mean? We ended up going 10 straight all the way up to the Grey Cup.
Yes.
We made a turn, bro. And when I say I don't even use the word swag, but we had a swag that year, bro. I used to wake up in the morning and knew we was about to win. If we was on, if we was on our, we was winning. It was no way of beating us. And I think Calgary eventually ended up feeling that, you know what I mean? But that's how high our confidence was and like our focus, bro. And like even myself, like I found myself, you know, as athletes, you get in the zone only so many times. So that was like I feel like week in, week out, practice was such a battle. You know, Coach Jones had us like, you know how he worked. We like battling against each other all the time, and that was it, bro. That was the highlight of it, and it was something special. And I think the CFL as a franchise or for always, like we gotta be up there somewhere, like best teams, you know, all time. I hope if we ain't, I hope this get us a vote. You know what I mean? But it was all time better teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just talking about all time things. You're on the Wall of Fame at Oklahoma State, and you were just named as a nominee for the All-Decade Team. What means more to you and why? Because your decade, bro, I was looking at the numbers, crazy. Second most yards, you probably know this, 8,208. Receptions, 574, and sixth in touchdowns of 40. That's a decade, man. You could put three dudes together. Probably couldn't do that. You know what I mean? So what means more to you, being on the wall at Oklahoma State or All-Decade Team in the CFL?
What means more to me? All right, when you ask it to me that way, I'm gonna say the order it happened. You know what I mean? That journey at Oklahoma State made me who I wasn't. You know what I mean? That decade I played.
Yeah. And
I think because of that order is what eventually, you know, the artist who did the wall, right, at Oklahoma State, he called him. He's like, Darius, man, this is crazy. I had to get your number and find you, man. Coach Gundy came to us, and we was about to start a new design in the Wall of Fame at Oklahoma State. And he say, Gundy, stop. He say, Gundy's like, why are we always only talking about the NFL? There's amazing players that's playing in other leagues, Arena League, you know what I mean? CFL, guys like Adarius.
Yeah.
You know what? I want them guys to be recognized. He's like, and I want a big picture of Adarius. Man, that warmed my heart, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's your boy.
That warmed my heart, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he said this guy was the ideal cowboy, bro. I ain't never tried to be a cowboy until I was at Oklahoma State, bro. Okay. And I'm a cowboy, you know, and so like it's a warm feeling, bro. You know what I mean? But you can't have one without the other, you know. So that's why it's tough to say which one was better. I just think the order in which it happened was good, but I can't say. I guess I ain't got the vote for the all-decade today. So today I say like that the wall at Oklahoma State was amazing, bro. That was a privilege. Not just me; it was a couple of guys up there. You know, and then for me, it's like I say, the CFL. This is our league. This is my league. You know what I mean? So to see my people back in the U.S. recognizing it, I feel like it was for all of us. That's the one thing about the Wall of Fame. Like, I might have been on there, but it was for all of us. You know what I mean? When I seen the CFL transition to like, because bro, when I first got to the CFL, it was basically impossible for my people at home to watch the CFL, or nobody even knew about the CFL.
Right.
Like once you kind of came around, it was a shift that happened. You know what I mean? The TV time was getting like people started from America started embracing the CFL a lot more. Like you had fans all over America, you know. And so like when I see that, or when I hear people talk about that, like I'm a part of that, bro. We all are, you know what I mean? Like so. Yeah, it just goes together, but man, that's that part of like. Actually, now that I'm not playing, that's when I was able to like absorb and take in just like even those stats he was spitting out. Yeah. When I'm playing, I ain't thinking. It's just like the next play, bro.
Trust me, I know you don't care about stats. You just want to win.
Just
and have fun.
Bro. I'm good, bro. You know what I mean? Have a couple of laughs. You know what I mean? See my brothers. You know, work hard. Let's put in some work today. Yeah. And so it was the process. You know, like I've had a couple of people ask me, like, do I miss it? You know, and like, I don't think we'll ever. I don't know. I can't speak for all players. You know, I miss it. But what I miss most, I love the game. I respect the game, like the play of it. But I miss like you say, the jokes, bro. The receiver meetings, like the locker room, on the road, bro. You know what I mean? On the flight heading back, you know what I'm saying? The gatherings we do after the game. Like, I miss the boys, the conversation, you know, the love we have for each other. You know, we go through tough moments. You know, we lose loved ones. You know, guys get married, have kids, have divorce. Like, we sharing, like, all these moments with each other. You know, we become brothers, bro. Whether you playing with each other or going against the guy, we all touch each other. You know, players – we lost players, you know what I mean, when we was like from different teams, but it was all of us lost a guy, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's just it's my family. Like CFL was my family. Like I was away from my family. So like for those 11 years, I made new family members, bro. And so like that's hard to get rid of. So when I think of that decade team, when that even hit, I'm like, man, you know, I see the guys that's on there, and I'm like, I right away had said, man, like by default, me and SJ sit in there perfect. You know what I mean? Because you got guys like Nick Lewis, Fred Stamps on that list, Jamel Richardson on that list. Yeah. If you like shift the date, you know, if you start to look earlier than 2000, me and SJ don't even look relevant.
Right. You know I mean? Yes.
Nick Lewis and a Fred Stamps and a Jamel Richardson.
Yes.
You know, but just so happened, like when you see that decade, you know, SJ was a guy like we kind of was doing it together. That's my bro. You know what I'm saying? And so we always was pushing and motivating each other. You know what I mean? And to see him up there, and then you know, right up under that, my guy Dressler. Like when you look at the thing, like yeah, like we watched each other work, bro. And like a guy like me, I got the opportunity to see from the top of that list to the bottom. You know what I mean? Your Eric Rogers, you know what I mean? Luke Testers. Yeah. Speedy Banks turned into a premier receiver. Speedy was a returner, bro. Now he like a real receiver, bro. And like I told you, I critique receivers. I make it hard, you know. So when you first heard the switch, I was like, bro, this ain't gonna work. But I seen this man like put in the work, you know what I mean? Do it week in, week out. And like he's a top receiver in this league, the top receiver in this league right now. Opportunity to play with young guys like Darrell Walker, you know what I mean? Yeah. Darrell gave me that same vibe that Dez gave me back in the day, you know what I mean? Just like raw, pure talent. But to see him blossom, you know, and then the list could go on, bro, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I got to see all that. So like once again, like I told you, I was a fan of everybody on that list. Like I don't know if I could have put that list together like that, but I kind of knew like everybody that deserved it, and I kind of watched everybody do work, and it's so many other guys that can go on there. So man, that's just that's a blessing, bro. I like honestly, it's truly a blessing to be amongst like some of those names, especially Fred Stamps, Nick Lewis, and Jamel Richardson. I always give my respect to the elders, you know what I mean, veteran players, you know what I mean. Those was my vets when I was coming in, you know what I mean. I was your vet, you know what I'm saying, but like you have to pay it forward. But like Fred definitely showed me the ropes of like what it takes to be an Eskimo, you know what I mean? And like you say that, and some people like, bro, what is he talking about? He's just playing football. Nah, it's different, bro. It's different. Like if it wasn't for guys like Fred, I don't think I would have had the level of success that I had, you know, because he gave me the cheat sheet in a way, you know what I mean? And it was mainly about character versus like play, you know what I mean? Fred was the first guy to like really like highlight character, you know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? I can just be myself, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, as football players, you get wrapped up in. You got to play the role sometimes. You know, it is entertainment.
100%.
You gotta pick and choose on how you want to do the role. And like I found Adarius Bowman while my time in Edmonton. You know what I mean? My on the field and off the field passions. I figured them out, and like today I'm still in Edmonton because of that. What I'm telling you right now, so it means a lot to me. But like, bro, that's a blessing to be on that list.
100%. There's some great guys on that list. Eskimos head coach, like right now, Scott Milanovic said Ricky Ray and Anthony Calvillo, they could have been NFL starters, and because he was just an NFL coach, so he
not even starters, like NFL, Pro Bowl, like superstars.
Yeah. So I want to know from your point of view, who are some CFO receivers that you think would have been on that level, starters in the NFL, stars, Pro Bowl kind of guys, a couple guys that never got the chance, of course.
S.J. Green.
Yes.
Fred Stamps.
Ooh, yeah. He was before his time. He could have been right now with all the little guys. Kansas City, he would have been killing.
Yeah. Man. Terrence Edwards. I know I'm going through my older guys first. I'm trying to go down the list. You know who I was another fan of, and I think he got a few years in the NFL. Keon
Rambo, man. I liked him. You know, I like guys with swagger. He had the dark visor. He was swagger. He could ball.
His route running was serious. His route running was unreal, bro. And like, you know, even like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, somebody might not believe this, but like, bro, Andy Fantuz, Wesleyan Dressler, bro, like, that dude is serious, bro. He's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Dressler's the real deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, it's like that's some of my like premier like big names. You know, Rumby Bryant, definitely that guy, man. I always enjoyed Rumby because he was a quiet guy. You know what I mean? He let his game play. He didn't do a lot of talking. He can move. You know what I'm saying? Man, Chad Owens, your Chris Williams, and I think some of these guys got your opportunity. Man, it's so many that came through. Montreal had a boatload of receivers coming through. I always enjoyed watching Ben Cahoon. You know what I mean? I was a young guy, grew up on that, very consistent, didn't drop anything. Yes. You know what I mean? But he had a guy like Calvillo. Yes. You know, and then like my young groups, you know, like my Duke Williams, my Zylstras, they there right now. You know, and so like I was naming all them older guys, but I'm also stuck in the middle where I told you I seen the CFL change. You know what I mean? I seen other people start recognizing this, and so they started getting players. You know, they was able to get them, which is going to continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that list could go on, but like back to like when we first started, there's not a big difference in the competition, bro. Not a big difference in the competition, just a different league and another location, bro. It's some players, it's some teams. Like our 2015 team, I think you can take us down there and we'll compete in the NFL. You know what I mean? Bro. And Montreal had a couple of those teams, and Calgary, I think, is an organization that was very successful during my time in the CFL. They're the best organization in the sense of winning and taking a group of guys and doing it consistently. You know what I mean? Especially being over in the West. I was in the West pretty much my whole career. But yeah, man, that. Yeah, I'm thinking of so many dudes.
You named some superstars, bro.
Yeah, and then I went with just a superstar. So now let me be real, and I'm not gassing this up. Yourself, you feel what I mean? Your Jason Bournes, your Shamar Chambers, your Devon Bailey. Like y'all just fell under some. You know, that's another thing about like the professional athlete, especially as a receiver, bro. Sometimes you like for myself, like I would not sit here and say I'm like better than you. I don't have the right to say that. Was I given a better opportunity? More responsibility, more chances, you know what I mean? Yes, I was, you know what I mean? Am I better? I can't say that, bro. Because you flip it, and that's the one thing that, like, I've always been interested about, you know what I mean? Like, one year, I had 120 catches.
I remember that. I was there. It didn't even look like 120. It was like
120. So, like, you know, somebody can pat me on the back. I can do it to myself. Or I can sit back and look at what it was, you know what I mean? You take the targets, I think it was like 180 or 210 or some crazy number. Bro, get that to a guy like you. You gonna do work, Tay.
I agree. That's what football is all about, bro. At the end of the day. Just the opportunity.
Yeah, it's the opportunity. So like that's something that like, and it took me probably my later years to realize that, but it's that aspect of it that comes with it too. So like sometimes, you know, I just gotta be grateful and thankful for the opportunity. You know what I mean? But I ain't just better than anybody, bro. And that's just how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? I just was given the opportunity.
Right.
I gotta say I pat myself on the back for taking advantage of it. It just wasn't given to me. You know, I did some work, you know what I mean?
Yo, 100%. You earned it, obviously.
One ball, you know what I mean? You got different coaching styles, different mentality. Quarterback got his ones he leaned on. You know, so it's a lot that goes on with it. When you ask me like guys that could play down in that league, but me being a receiver lover, I watch like mechanics, you know what I mean? Guys work ethic, the way they run routes, and like I'm telling you, Tay, like I ain't like not because we on this show. You can ask anybody before I did this episode, you know what I mean? I always highlighted when I seen whoever, all my young guys that went under me, but when I see somebody doing something nice, it's nice. It ain't nothing you can do about it, you know what I mean? You know, we all watch film. You can see a person. I done had my moments where you'll make a deep fall. The ball don't come though, so people don't really get the highlight. It don't make the ESPN cut.
Right.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some moments where you can drop a DB off and you like, I wish there was another ball to come this way. Yeah. It's like, let me catch it. You find yourself just running down the field wide open. You know, you can go back through film and be like, bro, that was like 2 opportunities. Them 2 opportunities, that's a 100-yard game. You like, it's like little stuff like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me in that humble position, bro, and just stay grateful, you know what I mean, for the opportunity I got every year, every play, you know what I mean? So, yeah, bro, but the talent, like I told you, it ain't too far off, you know what I mean? By first look, you can take it and think it's slanted, like, oh, this league's less than this, and guys are making this, but just stop all that and then just look at the talent, you know, week in, week out, look at the practice, turn on the film, and just take it for what it is, man. It's the talent's here.
100%. And like, talk to me a little bit about, so when a receiver, I saw this with Chad Owens. I love Chad. But so when he was, he had his MVP years and then he was getting a little older, the way, like, they could be the same player, but sometimes the organization makes a decision to give a guy less targets than he was getting before. Mm-hmm. And not that he's not the same player anymore. He just has less stats. And then now, the organization can say, oh, look, he's not doing the same numbers, right, doing this, and the fans will go along with it. But there's a lot that goes into it, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Like, talk to me a little bit about, like, that process that people don't really see in terms of, like, how, when a guy is getting older and maybe there's a younger guy coming and they kind of want to get him on, so they'll do a little bit, less targets to the older guy. Like, talk.
100%. Key word you said in that is process. It's part of the process. Mm-hmm. Professional football is a business. Uh-huh. So, like, as much as we want to say Adarius is great and he's doing this and the Natey's great, it's a process to it. It's a business. This business is going to be around way longer than a decade. So as a GM or head coach or organization, you have to prepare to compete each week, each year, each decade. So you have to start the learning the transition. So, like, I'm gonna give a small example. Like, some people, when this happened, people's like, oh man, bro, you not better than Fred. Why they keep you over Fred? That was some backlash I took one time. You know what I mean? And in my head, I'm like, bro, I never was competing with Fred, and I doubt Fred was competing with me.
Right.
So it can cause some confusion and friction if you look at it just from, like, a player's perspective. But as a organization, it wasn't just happening. I think it was happening across the league. It always happened. When I was in Winnipeg, I told you I seen 3,000-yard receivers on one team.
Right.
And then I ended up being the leading receiver that year. You see what I'm saying? But am I better than Dez Bryant, Terrence Elwood, and Derek Armstrong? Nope. But the process of being a professional athlete, it happens. You know what I mean? Some guys told me, like, oh, AD, man, you done lost a step. You're not doing this. Back in 17, 18, I got you. I got all y'all young guys.
Duke.
You know what I mean? All these Kenny Stafford, Vidal Hazelton. Like, bro, that blows my mind. Like, I told somebody, like, bro, I've never had that list of receivers on one team. One team, bro. It's one ball in football. On one team, bro. How do you do that? But that's the process.
Right.
You want to try to better your program. So, like, that's hats off to the GM. But that's going to happen always, bro. And so, like, and I'm sure Chad, I hope he understand that as well. But, like, if you that guy in that position, it could play a toll on you. You know what I mean? Especially, like I say, as the player, we just a player. You know what I mean? So all we can really control is our play.
Right.
But as a head coach, as a GM, as a president, you thinking beyond Adarius Bowman, which is facts. You have to. Because if you just stay on me, that's not a good strategy. You gonna mess around and not have a job. Right. So I just started respecting the process. You know what I mean? Definitely emotions and things happen throughout, but, like, that's always been my way of, like, stopping all them emotions or stopping the talk.
Yeah.
It's a process, saying it happened when I was in high school, it happened when I was in college, it happened, like, it's gonna continue to happen. It's gonna always happen in professional sports. So that's what I would say. I would say it's part of the process. Don't try to take it personal. But you do have that moment, like, honestly, throughout my career, if you took that decade, I think it was a few times that was about to happen. But you can alter it sometimes by, like, just showing up, just let your play speak. You ain't got to do no talking, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like that moment where I told you, they, like, told me, like in my head, I'm like, I'm the X, And then I get there, they like, nah, bro, if you want to play on this team, you got to learn how to do slot. And I took it as a negative. But come to find out, that's when my career took off, getting that slot. In the CFL, you want to get to slot. X is nice, but you want to be that boundary.
Yeah.
You want to be that boundary slot, and so it was preparing me for that, but I didn't understand it at first. I'm worried about the X, so, like, once again, part of the process, you know what I mean? And so, Chad definitely was like, bro, he was Mr. M, like, bro, he was the league at one moment.
But then with his situation, he had, like, guys like Deontay Spencer on practice squad, Kenny Shaw, just some dudes that are doing some crazy numbers, and it was a shock to him because I remember I knew him before I got on the team, like, because he was Mississauga all the time, and I just didn't understand it at the time because I'm a rookie. I'm like, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? I just didn't understand it, but now it makes sense. It's a process.
It's the process. You can take it personal. If you're looking at it as personal, honestly, through football, sometimes you got to put your personal context down. I tell myself that sometimes, like, put those down. This is a team sport, a professional. Like, this is a business. This is an organization. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's why I was trying to, with younger guys like yourself, I try to, I try my best. You know what I mean? But I got to be myself. But I try my best at leading y'all guys and letting y'all know that. You know what I mean? So just do what you can control, bro. Show up every day, catch ball out, bro.
Yeah.
You can do all. And then the process, like, allow the process to just do what it do. But if you ain't prepared for when the process taking this role, you'll miss your opportunity. So just be prepared, bro, whenever that moment comes. That's the one thing about professional sports. Always be prepared. And if it don't come, just know you was prepared for when, if it came, Yeah. And that's the same thing I did, every time, I might have was given a little bit more leeway to some guys, it's the process, Yeah. Most of the time, you've had a 1,000-yard season, and you may look more. It's like a part of the process. But like I told you, I was trying to. I was just given that opportunity. You know what I mean? A couple more targets, was coming my way. So I look better than Natey, but I'm not better than Natey. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, it's just the process.
You being humble, bro. But let's go through another process. I want you to build me your perfect CFL receivers. I know you said you watch film, you love, analyzing guys and seeing who's smooth. So we'll go through a few categories: hands, routes, speed, and yak. So we'll start with hands first. Like your perfect CFL receiver. Who would have the best hands?
I'm gonna be honest. With this. I could say myself all the way through. I'm not gonna.
We're not gonna. It
ain't fact.
We're taking you out. You're out.
It sounds good. So I'm okay. Good that you're taking me out. So
you're out.
So hands. I respect both of these guys, so I'm gonna have to make it a tie.
Okay.
S.J. Green, Wesley Driscoll.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Hands. I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Routes.
Yes. AD? No, I can't be in. Okay. Routes. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you right. Routes that I seen.
Yes.
Man, G-Roy. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm picking G-Roy.
Wow.
Bro, G-Roy had this, like, he the body control, like, when the shit, like, he did it so smooth, bro. And, like, for the longest, I used to, like, I never called G-Roy sorry, but I used to be like, bro, that's not impressive. Like, I wasn't, until I seen film, bro, and I seen the build up to the route from the waggle, then he kind of slowed down, then he kind of burst, then he kind of, like, turned, like, bro. And so I started using it. You know what I mean? Look away the turn. So, like, bro, like, body control, like, so routes, I'm gonna go with G-Roy.
Okay, speed. Straight speed.
Oh my goodness, I've seen Spencer, Banks.
Yeah, you gotta choose one though.
Only choose one. I'm gonna go with Speedy Banks, bro.
Speedy Banks, bro. You can't go wrong. I don't think there's anybody faster than him. And then Yak. Who you got for Yak?
You walk, bro. Listen.
You walk.
And honestly, there's a bunch of other dudes I can pick. You know what I mean? Bunch of dudes. Naming. SJ can fall in there again. Speedy Banks.
Yeah.
A lot of guys can fall in there, but I'm going to take this dude because we're talking about receivers. I'm going to take this dude because, like, bro, I got to watch this dude. Like,
yes. Up close.
Be on practice roster. I end up getting hurt in this. It was no looking back. You know what I mean? So, like, you know D-Wall's story, but, like,
yeah.
It ain't in the frame he working with, you know what I mean?
It's incredible.
Like, bro, you remember when he, like,
I do remember.
Any serious hip or, like, whatever, like, bro, this little dude, like, he run, like, not too many run as hard as D-Wall.
No, and, like, he's looking for contact. I never seen that from a receiver, a dude that just
looking
for people to hit.
I end up having to ask him one day, like, bro, what's your problem? Like, your career's gonna be. Like, I told him, I was like, you gonna have a short career, bro. You gonna have to, like, you know, you walk out, bro. I was running back. The running back, bro. That's all I know. So he played running back growing up.
Yeah. That makes sense though because he runs like that.
When he said that, I was like, okay, do your thing. Because I wasn't a running back. So, like, I'm looking at it from the receiver's perspective, bro. Like, you got that, be my guest. But, yeah, man.
Perfect. That's perfect. That's a hell of a lineup right there. I got to ask you this because you're close to both guys. Like, obviously, Chuba Hubbard from Sherwood Park, one of the best college football players right now. He goes to your former school, Oklahoma State. And, he recently spoke out about Coach Gundy and wanted to hold him accountable. First, what's the culture like at Oklahoma State versus like when you played and then now? And then if you were in Chuba's shoes, like how would you have handled that situation?
Great question. The culture at Oklahoma State is your ideal college town, bro. Amazing people from top to bottom. I never had an issue or felt like it was a racist place or anything like that. That's the hot topic these days.
Yep.
In the sense of Chuba and Coach Gundy, I reached out to Chuba when this happened. Me and him actually stay in touch. You know what I mean? I seen this guy here. I had to hit Coach Gundy up and tell him about it. So it was nice to see him get there, have a great season. But my little bit of advice to him, number one, I had to, that was a mature move to the following day to get with Coach Gundy and be able to apologize. But my words to him was, we're in a different time now. And so like social media, it has its positives about it, but people like the negatives, you know what I mean? And like in this time of day, you can't just jump up and like say things. So and Chuba is not wrong with like his opinion or how he feel about something.
Mm-hmm.
That's yours, bro. But the way you go about things, that was my thing that I spoke with him about. It's a time and a place for everything, you know what I mean? And what you was talking about, like I said, it's your personal opinion. So I can't say if it was right or wrong, but where you said it, the place you said it, that I say could be better. Next time, just go to him, talk to him behind closed doors.
Right.
Get your opinion out. Because like, then this is why I look at it. I look at it as myself, so I don't look at you that's wrong. Like he all could have easily made that mistake. All this stuff I was telling you about my freshman, like that's how I used to I didn't think as much. And I ain't saying Chuba's a very intelligent person, but we just get caught up, And then today, I'm not a social media kid. I came up where we still like right, and we go and talk to the person, like you shake hands and but like now, these younger kids, this is a tool they've been using since they could talk and walk, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure.
Yes, the iPad.
My daughter just picked the phone up. Like we wondering, like, I think her fingerprint is either the same as my wife's or she just like went in there and programmed it, bro. Yeah. Like, I don't even know how she's getting into it. But my thing with him is like not with social media, you know what I mean? Because it's just some words. It's no voice when you writing that stuff on social media. So it's just words they're reading. So then you can read into it however you want. You can put as many different tones on it as you want. So I just told him when it's things like that, just go to Coach Gundy. Because then like I feel like he put Coach in a tough position. And, I know Coach Gundy. He's the ultimate player's coach. Yeah. You know what I mean? And even to see him having to apologize for it the next day, I felt the weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not my issue to handle. But my thing was that by putting it in, and I feel like it all went the way it went because of social media, not the two individuals. You know what I mean? Because now, by going on social media, you put Coach Gundy in the dark. Like,
yeah, no, I get it. He's his back is against the wall. But the thing is, I was thinking he probably could have did it better. But the fact that he did it on social media, it forced the action. You know what I mean? The result, right? They have new racial council to promote, you know what I mean, people inclusion, right? So I don't know, the action, the result of it worked out, and I understand what you're saying, like he could have handled it better.
No, that definitely was a plus, but like what I also see out of that is Coach Gundy could be gone.
Ooh.
Because now other players are coming up saying things.
I see that. Yes.
It's cool right now. So like no, nobody's wrong. But I'm saying you see that tension it caused. We could have still got that counseling in place behind closed doors. You could have sat down with Chuba and said, "Okay, Chuba, thank you for bringing that to my attention."
Right.
You will find out why he had the shirt. Like coaches get offered and sponsored by all kind of things. Like it's a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gundy didn't verbally say anything. He wore a shirt, so that's what they were speaking about. So you can sit down. We can get to what it is if you want to know if because the way he posted it, you don't get the opportunity to ask Coach Gundy. Coach Gundy's a victim. He doesn't get the opportunity to express himself. He's the victim already. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you can sit down behind closed doors. We can still get the counseling. We can still bring awareness, but it's handled. He's a young man. Coach Gundy's a man. You know, but this is how men handle things. You know what I mean? So that's what I was speaking to Chuba on. Like, I'm glad of you for understanding the apology. But then he's a very intelligent dude. But I'm saying like I don't know.
I see what you're saying because those are your guys. Those are your guys, right? You see,
and I just try to put myself in both positions. I put myself in both. So I put myself in Chuba's, and that's what I number one said. Like I have to be like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I could have done that better. Fact. But when I put myself in Coach Gundy's, it's a lot of uncertainty. Like what I'm saying is like we live in a different time.
Yeah.
This could cost him his job. I hope it don't.
Yeah.
I hope it don't. Because when I say cost him his job, because like what's college sports all about? Recruitment.
Yes.
This could put
you don't want that perception for sure.
Yeah, and Gundy's amazing. I was there. So like that's what I hate. Like the shirt done caused all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's my thing. So hate to see it. The cause, the reason why, like the cause of it, I understand. And it needs to be addressed and it can be but the way it was done, we didn't get right down to it. And I told you by being on social media and then by being who it was, things had to happen quick. You had to do something, you know what I mean? So now people are acting like it ain't a rational decision. It was just like, we got to do something, you know what I mean? Because with social media, I told you it could start a chain of events, you know what I mean? And it did. The chain of events started. So like, hopefully this put a stop and it just stopped, but I don't think it did. But like, so like I'm on both guys' side, you know what I mean? Meaning like, I understand Chuba's like his reasoning and where he's coming from, and it's real, especially in America. You know what I'm saying? Especially in our community, African American community. Yeah. On the flip side, as a coach, and the respect and the relationship I have with Gundy, I know this guy, so it's misunderstood. It's like it's misrepresentation to me. You know what I mean? Okay. And Gundy never got an opportunity to express his story, or like. Because he wasn't asked why he had a shirt on. It just was like, it was just in words. So, like, that's my whole thing. I just wish it would have got handled more. But, like,
I got you.
It's definitely real.
For me, I was happy. I mean, I don't know Gundy, but I was just happy. It took a Canadian kid to step up and, say something. I don't know Gundy, but I was happy in the moment. I was mad that he apologized because I'm like, you're getting stuff happening. Like, those are press conference 3 hours later. You would have never got a press conference 3 hours later if he had gone to him man to man. And so I don't know Gundy. I see what you're saying, and I'm just happy like stuff is changing. You know what I mean? But it has to be the right way, like you're saying. All right, AD, we're at the end.
I'm for the change. Let's just do it in better ways. So like, you're right. I agree with him. Let's make it smoother. Yeah.
So AD, we're at the end, and I have to play a little game called Gut Check Time. You ready?
Gut Check Time. I'm ready.
Okay, so it's easy. I'm gonna say two names or two things, and you just tell me which one you choose within 5 seconds. So I'll say something like Kobe or LeBron, and you have to pick one. Okay, just for example, or Dez Bryant or AD, you have to pick one.
Right? Okay. I might not have a gut after this, but come on with it.
You have to pick. It's gonna be some tough ones. All right, the first one, as a city, BC or Toronto?
BC.
Okay, Gizmo Williams or Fred Stamps? 5 seconds. Okay. Mike Riley or Ricky Ray?
Trigger Mike Riley.
Okay, that's your boy. All right, Odell or Armando Sewell?
We playing football?
We just names, man. We just names. People.
My guy Odell, bro. I can't get my guy.
Yeah. You gotta go Odell. Okay. The last one, our friends, Dave Campbell or Morley Scott?
God. Morley.
Morley.
Dave.
All right, man. That's AD, man. AD, one more. Dwayne or Joey Moss? Dwayne Manjusiak, our equipment guy, over 50 years.
I know who you talking about.
Joey, I know who you're talking about. I'm talking about for the listeners. Or Joey Moss, he's an Edmonton legend.
I'll take Joey because I know when I take Joey, Dwayne's gonna be there.
AD, man, this was a pleasure, bro. I'm so thankful you decided to do this. I really appreciate you, man. You took me under your wing when I got to Edmonton. I'll never ever forget it. Awesome player, awesome man, awesome family man. And I had to ask you before you get out, Adarius for Autism, how did that start? And what's going on with that now?
Oh man, Adarius for Autism started, like I kind of mentioned earlier, back in 2009. I met my still current friend Brock Ralph.
Yeah.
Brock was an older player of mine, receiver that Alberta guy. His oldest daughter Oakley, at the time she was 4. Oakley's 15 now. Yeah, man. Normally in life we see the woman having custody of the kids. Well, this guy had a different. He's in the prime of his career, has custody of both of his girl. His oldest is autistic. So that 2009 season, I found myself latching to Brock because of those reasons. The character he is as a father and a player, and I was helping him. So I got to having an education degree, the background in school. I knew what autism was. I hadn't had close contact with a person with autism. So this was my opportunity. And so just the relationship that me and Oakley built, listen to Brock as a father, say things like, Oakley was nonverbal at the time, he's saying things like, will she ever speak? Would I ever be able to talk to her? Will she ever be able to live on her own? Will she get the date? Will she finish school? It really hit me, and I didn't have kids at the time. I wasn't even thinking about kids, you know what I mean? But that was that was this man's life, and it really hit me. And so I by having the opportunity to be a friend of his, getting close to his family and his life, I said, man, I got a passion for wanting to help and give back. You know what I'm saying? I never know what direction I want to do it, so that's why I try to do it at all times. Even like you said with you, younger guys up under me, older, I just want to, be respectful. That's one thing you can always give. You know what I'm saying? And you can receive it back, but you got to give it first. So I'm like, man, I'm listening to my brother. I'm like, man, this is real, and so it just simply started. First, I just wanted to learn more about the community, because in my head I'm thinking man, maybe I can come across somebody that could help Oakley be able to speak. Maybe this person know this speak therapist and, just things like that. So I'm like, I want to dive into this community. So I was in it for a while before I even got to the point to where I'm like, man, I want to be a part of this community, and then when we first started Adarius for Autism, me and my team, we wanted to bring the fitness aspect to the autistic community because you was getting a lot of backlash saying oh, my kid can't do this, or my kid can't do that. And it resonated with me with sports, you know what I mean? I can't, or I can't, those words you try not to say, or you never know until you try. I never know if I can do 20 110 until I try, you know what I'm saying? And so I slipped the fitness into the autistic community, and it was absorbed very nice. Kids, like I said, I'll never forget. I had one parent come to me saying, before signing her kid up to our program, she was like my son attempted, my son's never worked out for 5 minutes. I see on this paper your fitness workout today is 2 hours, and I'm like, let's just try. If he's not able to, I guess we're gonna figure it out. So what I did is I always would keep siblings, have a sibling there with them. And then I had a couple of non-autistic kids in there with me. And I would take those kids before and explain the group we're about to deal with, And then I know in the autistic world, some are verbal. It's such a wide range, a huge spectrum, But I know kids learn in different ways. Words, comfort by having your sibling. You can follow somewhere and, having physical things to let you see physical learning. So I had footsteps to help them go through the letter. You know what I mean? I always had a long line of kids. So even if a kid didn't see, he could see the person in front of him. You just follow them, you know, and then the person behind them is helping them. And so I just kind of prepped. I would go like non-autistic, autistic, non-autistic, autistic, non-autistic. So like they was mixed together and can lean on each other and help. And I remember finishing that workout, and that parent was crying, man, and like a whole group of parents was like, "Adarius, this is amazing. I didn't know my kid could do this," you know, and that's what I would always say. Like in my world, you know, we had it takes that coach to believe in you. It takes that, you know, you just need somebody to believe in you a little bit more. And so that was my approach right there. And then it kind of sparked off, you know, and I was able to connect with Autism Speak, and you know, I was able to participate in the walk, and I was able to meet these therapists and these physicians and these research people that was I'm in the room with them, you know what I mean, just as a fitness guy, you know, but I'm in the room absorbing all this information, and I was able to help Brock, you know what I mean. And then Oakley speaks a little bit, man, you know what I'm saying, and that was like when I first was thinking about it, that was the one thing, like even if I'm only able to help Oakley a little bit, bro, that felt good in my heart. So that's what got me there. There's autism still going on. We're rebuilding right now, trying to figure out what's our approach. You know, I was able to partner with Sylvan Learning and get this curriculum together, but you know, it's still some work in process because, like I said, the spectrum's so huge, you know, and so I'm trying to make this program as huge as the spectrum, you know, rather than just leaning towards the higher function kids, you know. So we're still building, you know, but what I got going on now, Tay, you know what I mean, with life, you know, football had an amazing career, you know what I mean. Edmonton's became home. Canada's home to me. You know what I mean? Like my family don't fully understand it, but like I attach to the Canadian culture, you know. Like for me, I'm African American, that's what they say. I'm from America, from the South, you know what I mean? We getting a small taste of it now in the world. Like, you know, everything's coming to light, you know what I mean?
Right.
And not to throw any salt or anything on it, you know. For me, when I start making that switch of just staying in Canada, you know, like sometimes we leaving and going back. Once I start staying, you know, the lifestyle, the culture, the system in Canada, it's not perfect, you know, but the system here, I gravitated towards, you know, number one, the healthcare.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like our everyday Canadian, you know, you might be mad because you're like, oh, I had to wait here for 3 hours and this.
Right.
But if you can look at it on the greater scale, man, I got uncles and relatives and you know, that made a huge shift in life, and it started from some health issues, you know what I mean? But not even having the funds to be able to go get yourself checked, you know what I mean? And now 20 years have went by and now you like hurting, you know what I'm saying? But you have to make the decision of, do I support my family, provide for my family, or do I go get checked out? You know, you're going to always make the decision to go this way, you know what I mean?
That's something we never have to think about in Canada, man.
Think about it, bro. And then another thing, I was like, I've always been like, so like, you know, this word racism is a very touchy word, you know what I mean? But yeah, you can't be like afraid to speak on it, to talk about it, because it's here, it's real, you know what I'm saying? But it is taught as well, you know, and that was something that, depending on your audience, it's a very touchy topic, you know, but me, myself, and this is just my thoughts, I think it's taught, you know what I mean? Even from my standpoint, like my little small example for me, you know, I had my moments where, you know, I felt like a cop was whatever. I ain't speaking on that right now. The cops. What I'm speaking about is like what was taught to me. Like for me, I went to school in my community. I was in public school, and then like that high school scholarship I told you I got, it was like majority white people there. You know what I mean? And I even hate that I'm at the point now I say white and black, because we're not a color. You know, we're race. You know what I'm saying? But just for the talking now, I remember going there and I was like so against the tape. I was like so against like acting crazy, bro. Like I'm like hitting kids. Like I'm just doing stuff because honestly I was afraid, because I like had never been around them. So I didn't know what to expect. But now, man, I got some of my best friends are from that high school experience, and we still talk all the time, you know what I mean? But one of the things that Canada really showed me, and I used to laugh when I first came, I would call my mom and be like, man, I just seen the blackest dude in the world with the palest girl. Like, yeah, real talk, the blackest dude, tall, black.
Right.
Walking with the palest girl, and they like so happy, bro. Big smile on their face, walking down, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, I see Asians with, you know, it's mixed up here. And like, and then not that it's mixed up here, but then I was like, man, Canada has culture. You know, you have your indigenous native culture. You got your not African American, but like African.
African,
You know
yeah,
what I
like
mean?
me, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all have y'all culture. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And then you know your Europeans and like you know they know where they from. You know what I mean? I remember you talking to Kuhorn one day. You know, I'm Dutch, but
yeah,
but then myself, you know, I got to go with African American. You know
right,
what I'm saying? Which doesn't tell me anything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so like I
Where you
really,
from? You like Tennessee?
bro, no, yo, not like nah, where you from? And that's what I
Yeah,
used to get when I got to Canada. And I'm like, bro, what did you want to hear? You like what part of Africa? I'm like, bro, I ain't never been to Africa, bro. Like, ain't nobody in my family African, bro.
yeah,
I'm American, you know, but like then you got your Christian community, your Jewish community, your Muslim community, like your Sikh community. Like you have this, you can see it, you can see them working with each other. You got your Native community. I attended the indigenous concerts and like you can see them do their traditional dancing and wearing their clothes. Like I gravitated to that, man. You know, and like my mom and everybody are like, what made you make Canada home? That's part of it. I fell in love with the culture that it had as a country, you know what I'm saying? And it allowed everybody to be who they are. And I ain't saying Canada's perfect. I'm pretty sure you have your racist moments or whatever, you know, but it ain't ignorant though. Like to me, like I say, some of the ways we have been taught in America is just pure ignorance, bro. And then some of the other ways it's like, and that's what me and my people fall is that it wasn't presented it wasn't set up in a fair way.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm going way back. Like I ain't blaming it on no president or this. I'm talking about way back when Christopher Columbus before that. Right?
Yeah. The setup was always off. It was always off. It was always set up for us to not, you know, be in the best positions.
And bro, I want to finish, but now I'm being real with you, bro. Like you doing a great thing, bro.
Appreciate like, that, bro.
That really made me say I'm for sure Canada is where I'm supposed to be, not just where I want to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. Like, bro, if we really like get down to it, like that's a whole decade I done spent up in Canada, decade plus. You know what I'm saying? I was 21 when I got here, bro. I'm about to turn 35 this year. Wow, I became a man here, bro.
Wow. Yeah.
I try to talk to a lot of people and I don't think they really grasp it. Like I became a man in Canada. Like I'm more of the Canadian culture than the American culture. I was born in America. Yeah, right. Facts. But like I met my wife here. My kids are Canadian, Tay. You know, they from Edmonton, bro.
Yeah.
Real, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my life. And then the CFL gave me that opportunity, bro. And so like, you know, you get some guys that may bash it, but I can't. And I have to be grateful for it and I have to be thankful for it. You know, it made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? My faith, my beliefs, my morals, you know, the way I think.
Yes.
You know, in the Canadian way than the American way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could definitely, like, and like I say, I'm more Canadian, so sometimes I see things from a Canadian approach. And even what's going on in my country right now, I'm seeing it from a Canadian perspective. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's one thing that I was going to ask you, too. Like, you grew up in the States, but you spent a lot of your adult time in Canada. What are the differences or similarities you see between Canada right now and the U.S., especially like living wise? Like what is the main difference you see? Like obviously you were talking about culturally things are different, but there's a little bit of
like I could try to throw something else out. I'll go back down that same lane. The difference in between Canada and America, why like when I grew up here, cultural acceptance, like as a country, you know what I mean? They acknowledge, they understand, you know, they identify that it's just identified. Like I feel like America ain't even got over that one step by just identifying that it's here. You know what I mean? They just kind of going all around. Let's just, you know, just lay it out there on the table. Everybody's hiding behind this thing. And then, like I say, the system, bro. Canada has its flaws in its system. America has its too. Right. But what I'm saying is your system isn't built to hold one race down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, okay, so like a small comparison since I've spent my time up here in Canada. And forgive me, you know, if it don't need to be posted, don't post it.
No, it does, man.
I spent my time in Canada, and I don't know if I'm wrong by saying this, but when I'm here, I feel like the natives get the treatment we get. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I understand that because I didn't understand that until I lived in Edmonton. But I understand what you're saying.
And being from what I just told you,
yeah,
it only makes me want to make
wow.
all my interaction, like I told, I attend their festivals, bro.
Yeah.
Because in my head, that's my small way of, I identified it, that people naturally, I want to change it. I'm going to join, acknowledge, identify that like they're humans, bro.
Yes.
And what we doing is what's making it look like that as a system. Like this police brutality is because our system is causing it to happen. The way natives are treated in Canada, the system is causing it to happen. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we can get down to the nitty gritty and be like, it's their land. It's okay. If that's the case, we should see it different. But and I ain't saying it's true though. I ain't saying it's you. I ain't saying it's your parent. But I'm saying if you go back in Canada, it's causing that what's happening today.
100% history.
You know what I'm saying? History is, bro. And so, you know, I'm one of them dudes. I could say, I'm gonna say all lives matter. You know what I mean? But I am of the African American culture, so like that falls under all. So I don't feel like I need to, you know, I don't need to lean no way. You know, all people matter, and if you own that, allow it to be all. You know what I'm saying? If you want, you know, people been out here shouting that lately. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't want to see Black Lives Matter because all lives matter. Honestly, off the rip, by you doing what you just did, it doesn't make sense. Because in order for it to be all, that means Black, Native, Asian, everything. You can't be like all the
Black lives have not been mattering for 400 years. We just want to matter. That's what it's trying to say.
All lives. Man. You feel what I mean? Like this, all of them, because we're humans. That's the one common factor we have. We're humans, bro. So like the what color? Like if you really get down to it, Tay, like it's very ignorant to me. You know what I'm saying? I fall a victim of it. I still use the word white, black. It was taught to me. You remember I told you like I ain't doing it because I want. It's just what was taught to me. You know, that's how we identify each other. But that is ignorant. That's dumb. You know what I mean? Because like I didn't get to you don't get to choose what color you are. You know, but you do get to choose how you treat people.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say I'd rather lean on that side. You know what I mean? But it's true, bro. And it's sad, and you know, you get great leaders like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, athletes. You know, where are our Muhammad Ali's, our Martin Luther King's, our Malcolm X's this day? You know what I mean? And those are guys that I could stand behind. You know, but I don't see any of those here right now. You know what I mean? And so like, I just can't support like some of the ways people are doing it. It definitely change gonna come out of, you know what I mean? And I want the best, but I really think it just has to be a reset because like I told you, it's the system. It's built on, and it's all that been taught to us. So we have to be relearned.
Right.
I mean, so it probably gonna be some hardship before the ease, you know.
Because
so,
it's been so long.
Like people get fed up, bro. You keep punching a button on people, like you gonna get fed up. I don't care your color. You do it to any ethnicity or any human. After a while, bro, you can do it to an animal. After a while, you're gonna get like fed up, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think.
That's what's happening right now. That's what's happening
right now, bro. That's what's happening, and it's sad. And like I told you, I'm in Canada, and my family's there. You know, and so, like I said, I'm getting a Canadian's perspective right now, and like. You know, the protests we did in Edmonton, you know what I mean? And it was a peaceful protest, you know what I mean? And that's once again what I told you. It's like it falls in that lane of like what made me stay in Canada, bro. Right. It's really peaceful, bro. I've met cops here. You know, I've been pulled over here. It's I feel like they love their job, so they do their job when they get pulled over. I grew up in America, you know what I'm saying? These cops are being taught to target African Americans. So I don't even blame the cop, bro. That's why I blame the system, you know what I mean? I've been pulled over. I just keep it cool. You know, I do my thing, you know, but I remember it, you know. But I take the approach I take because safety first, you know what I mean? I don't want to, you know, I don't want to heighten the chance of me losing my life because of their lack of teaching or like, you know, so like, it's very, very, very touching, like sad to see, but you know, that's actually what got me like where I'm at now, you know, today, like here in Edmonton, like my path and my journey right now, Tay is in the educational field. You know what I mean? I've shifted to the educational lane, and I'm trying to play a small part. You know what I mean? With just bettering the academics in our student athletes. You know what I mean? I could go after any student, but I want to target athletic organization, youth programs, girls and boys clubs, high school organization, like athletics, sports and athletics. I want to play a small part.
Yes.
In bettering the education, and that's why I'm here today. And I've started my own team, my own product. Solero, I've partnered with so right now I'm at Castle Rock Research, you know what I mean, and we have a product called Solero, and it's an academic curriculum that teaches all your subjects, all your maths, all your sciences, all your social studies, all your language and English and language arts, all on the digital, right on the phone, and it matches your region and provincial curriculums, you know what I mean. So for example, it'll be like it's the teachers module, the students module, and the parents module. You know, so for us, you know, it gives the teacher opportunity to customize and personalize, because it fits the syllabus that the schools use, but it's a 24-hour thing.
Yes.
You know, and so that's where I'm at right now, and I'm trying to get that in all over Canada, all over US, and ultimately all over the world. You know, and so like I'm looking now, you know, I'm building my team now. You will definitely be someone, you know, once we get off this call, I love if there's something you're interested in, you know what I mean? With being behind, I'm looking for ambassador and people I can work with to make this a faster process, you know what I mean? I'm going out the big companies, you know, the athletes. We don't want, like, honestly, bro, we play a bigger part on our youth than the actual parent. I've had kids listen to me before listening to their parents, bro. Yes. So then I had to start thinking, if I see that a kid will listen to me before their parent, I got to make sure I'm giving them something worth listening to. You know what I mean? So this is where I feel like, not just for myself, but guys like you and everybody in our league, y'all going to be hearing from me soon. All the players in our league, you know what I mean? I will be getting in touch with y'all soon, because I need y'all help, because let's make our voice be heard, you know, and then why not take it in the education aspect, especially at a time like this. Like, the school experiences, you can't replace that. That's needed, you know what I mean? But right now, with the circumstances and what's going on right now, if you got a child, you know, they don't even know how they're going to do the school system right now. School got shut down early, so kids are missing out. That means they fill in their head with the video games or this all this nonsense that's been going on with this. So, like, that's why I really sat down and, you know, had to think hard. You know, I want to do coaching. I could have did this. This is my lane. You know what I mean? I want to be that glue to education and with athletes, bro. Because, like, even myself, and I'm pretty sure it happens to a lot of us. You know, I was points away from not getting the clearinghouse. You know what I mean? I wish I would have put a little bit more into my grades, because, like, I ain't one of them people to say, like, having a degree is gonna get you this and no, but being educated about stuff, that's something that's, you know, you can never feel enough of that. You know what I mean? Like, you can always better yourself and, you know, your surroundings, your environment. You know what I mean? Like I say, we play a bigger part on these youth kids than their parents sometimes. You know what I mean? They want to be like Natey. They want to be like AD. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get your few kids that's like, I want to be like my father, but, like,
for the most part,
I feel like we can take it to another level. You know what I mean? Even all ball, you know what I mean? This would be something I feel like would be amazing piece to add with it, and we can see it in our students' hands and our kids' hands. So, yeah, man.
Let's get it, man.
Partner in education, sports. That's me right there. I'm the vice president of it, man. I'm an ambassador, and I need you guys, and let's make a difference, bro. And I want to thank you again, Tay, for having me, bro. This is the best thing I've seen. It's 2020. Yeah. This is the best thing
AD, bro, that means a lot coming from you, man. Like I said, humanitarian, man of the people, best football player I've ever seen, also funniest football player ever seen. AD, man, Megatron and Chris Tucker in one person. How do you do it, man? AD, thank you so much. We will be talking a lot. I feel like I had so many other questions I could have asked you. We could do like 3 more shows, but we will get it at some point, bro. I thank you again. I really appreciate it, man. My brother, man, thank you,
bro. Take care of the family. Everybody stay safe and well, bro. And yo, bro, keep this going, dog. Everybody, hey, I hope I get a part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, keep it going, bro.
Yeah. Co-host.
We need this, bro. We need this. And man, you have a great night with the family, man. I wanted to pick Toronto when you gave me the gut check. but I was being real, bro.
You gotta be real. Hey, that's what the show is about, man. Just being real and being yourself. And you
Yeah,
brought
man.
it today, man. A lot of good stuff. I appreciate it, brother.